Now, here in Nigeria, it's been announced that in a move to attract global participation in this year's IPADA celebrations, President Tinubu will host all foreign envoys in Nigeria, as well as members of the UN Tourism Agency, ministers, commissioners of tourism across Africa. Members of the business community, traditional rulers, and other dignitaries are also expected to attend the event at the presidential villa on July the 30th. The IPADA celebration itself takes place in November and December this year at the La Campagne Tropicana Beach Resort in Lagos. In addition to promoting tourism across Africa, it's aimed at encouraging Africans in the diaspora to visit their ancestral home and to reconnect with their roots, whilst contributing to the economic development of the continent. Lagos and Abuja have been designated as the gateways to Nigeria and other African countries. The IPADA event features nearly a fortnight of dance, music, carnival, theatrical performances, and culinary feasts. Well, in line with reaching out to the African diaspora, President Tinubu has been visiting the Caribbean island nation of St. Lucia today, and he's been addressing Parliament there.
My presence here today symbolizes Nigeria's renewed commitment to re-engage with these enduring ties, recognizing the strategic and the emotional significance to all of us. My country holds a special place in the collective memory of the diaspora. Culturally, Nigeria is regarded as the continent's creative heart, with its rich array of ethnicities and globally celebrated traditions in music, cuisine, fashion, film, today notably Nollywood and literature. It is in line with this orientation and to explore areas of cooperation and collaboration between the Eastern Caribbean states that I decided to undertake this state visit to St. Lucia.
President Tinubu there addressing Parliament in the Caribbean island of St. Lucia. Well, the man who is behind the IPADA celebrations is Otumba Wanle Akinboboye. He's the founder and president of La Campagne Tropicana Beach Resorts and Motherland Beckons, under whose auspices the IPADA celebrations are being organized. And he joins me now in the studio. How nice to see you. Yeah.
Good to see you.
I guess the president's just done half your work for you.
As a matter of fact, he's done all the work. That basically is what he has to do. That was what the Ghanaian president did when in 2019, 1619 in Virginia was the first time that slaves were taken into the United States of America. And 2019, Ghana decided that they're going to do a year of return. And they made $3.2 billion US dollars. So we've got to go out, we have to reach out to our brothers in diaspora. But what we are working on, our focus is a bit different. We believe the 30.3 million square kilometers of area belong to Nigeria. So Nigeria is really not asking them to come to Nigeria. We're saying come through Nigeria.
That's a good selling point, actually.
Yes. To North Africa, South, East, West,
so the idea is to create an entire package.
Exactly.
Right.
Keep the continent, put the continent in a basket, in a teacup, and serve it to the over close to 1 billion people of African descent in diaspora. So our focus is, let us create an opportunity for them to be able to enter the continent without worrying about where to go, how to go, what to do. All the festivals happening all over the continent is harvested, is put in one basket. We present that to them, that this is your platform. And we're not doing just emotional call. We're not saying come to the continent because you're African. we're giving them a value proposition. We're saying to them that when you come through Nigeria to the continent, you take with you a bit of Afrobeat. You take with you business opportunities. You take with you a group of people that will hold your hand. You are not alone in the continent of Africa. Traveling within the continent, you know, is pretty difficult.
It is.
So you've got to have some kind of a structure to bring, to make sure that those that travel in will have an easy landing.
Well, that's the challenge, isn't it? Because, I mean, I've heard from a lot of people. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, there were some African Americans who came on an educational tour of Nigeria. And as you know, the percentage of African Americans who trace their ancestral roots to Nigeria is about 40% of the entire sort of African American population.
Absolutely.
But they talked about the difficulty they had in securing visas and things like that, and trying to get to Nigeria, whereas it was so much easier for them when they went to Ghana. They didn't even need visas to go there, and to South Africa. Is that something that you're taking into account?
You see, what we've done is that you need to show the economic benefit to the president, to Africans.
Well, you've done that, haven't you?
That's what we've done. We want to make sure that they understand that what we did was first of all create a 5 years package from 2025 to 2030. It's actually 6 years. And then they get an opportunity to book to come either in 2029, 2028. So when you do such, and you give such opportunity for people, they can plan ahead. And that planning ahead helps us to plan ahead.
Right.
So if I have 100 million people, for example, France did 100 million visitors last year, 68 million people, 500 plus approximately total square kilometers of area. Now, if I have 100, well, let's just say even 20 million people that book that they want to come to Ghana in 2028, for example, it's good to make a business case for the government of Ghana to make sure that it's easy for them to get in, because they know the economic benefit of such. If you create an opportunity and then maybe 10 million people decide that they want to go to South Africa or go to Egypt or any part of the continent of Africa, you find out that they will definitely get the support of the country. They will put in place security infrastructure. They will create an opportunity for them to invest in different business opportunities, different business ventures. Once you create that platform, that's what we have not done. We have a lot of individual things going on in different parts of Africa. And you know, the continent is big, 30.3 million square kilometers of area. And you have about 1.5 billion people with different cultures, different ideas. So they have to narrow in. A lot of us, like you, when you came back from the US, you're to a large extent a bit lost. You need someone to hold your hand. And that's what we've not done. That's the idea of IPADA initiative, is for them to come on a daily basis. We're not waiting till November, December.
Right.
It's planting. Planting season is every day.
Right.
And then, of course, you can then come to either North Africa, Southeast, West, Central Africa. We're not saying you must come to Nigeria. We are saying come through Nigeria.
Right. But I mean, you would assume that the communication lines are open enough and the transport lines are connected enough for them to be able to make a seamless sort of trip through Nigeria to other places.
For now, not on their own.
Right.
If you look at what Europe did, Europe is approximately, 10.1 million square kilometers of area. They have a united Europe. They created a Schengen visa. With a Schengen visa, you have that visa, you can go to any part of Europe.
No, I understand
easily.
that, but beyond the visa.
You have to get the visa for Nigeria,
different countries,
Ghana,
and so on.
and the rest of it. So these are some of the things we need to work on.
Yeah, I agree. And that is why it's important that you have the president on board, because he is the global ambassador, the chief host, the chief patron of this IPADA sort of celebration. But the point I'm making is that even if they get the visa, I mean, what about the flight connections and so on? How are you going to go from one part to the other without having to maybe return to go on some long, convoluted trip in order to get to your destination?
But that's what I talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Once you do a plan ahead program, that they will, and any country sees that, for example, if I say to Mr. President tomorrow that, hey, we have registered about 50 million people coming to Nigeria. We need visa-free for all of them. They will give visa-free.
Yeah.
We've just got to create that opportunity.
No, I understand that.
That is the only way you can do this. You have to show the commerce, show the possibilities.
Well, tell us about the IPADA celebration itself. What does it actually involve? What does it entail that would attract the people to come here?
All right. Let's start with the IPADA initiative. There are two parts to it. Part is the IPADA initiative, which is the return on a daily basis for business, for opportunities. We're partnering now with Naxima, where we are creating chef companies. They'll have opportunity to invest in different businesses. The new president, Haji Jani, is really on top of this. We're putting in place a system whereby we're not just giving them a proposition of come and sing and dance. We give them an opportunity to come and do business. Haji Jani Ibrahim, is the new president of Naxima. So that is part of what we're doing that will happen on a daily basis. We don't want people to just come and sing and dance. We want them to come and invest, do business, add value. What you find is that on a regular basis, the $25 billion that come from diaspora is just stipends, But if you create opportunities, there are doctors that have come in and invested $1 million in different hospitals in different parts of Nigeria. So the idea is when they return on a daily basis, at the end of the year, we celebrate it. It's like a farmer. Planting, and at the end of the year you harvest. We tend to downplay the celebration because we don't want people to say, okay, I can't travel in November, I can't travel in December. So we're saying, hey, we are asking you to travel every day. Whenever you have time. If you have a free time in January, that's when you should travel. If you have a free time in February, March, April, May, March, July, then you go on our website, you look for the country you want to go to, the time, and then you come through Abuja, come through Lagos, and you connect with that country. So when we harvest that for us is our focus. We want to be sure that they come regularly and they have a route and they plant trees when they come, because each one of them, when they do come, they will plant trees that will be their trees, their root in the continent. And so by November, December, then we have all the celebration and all that. Have O'Shea Awards, where we're giving an award to an outstanding African that will get 21 chieftaincy titles, get 21 plots of land to build a structure of their vocation, 21 karat gold plate, gold staff to say that the continent, thank you. We're looking at people like Denzel Washington, people that have done, well in the arts, in sports, in entertainment. And then we have several events like the Carnival itself that had almost 2,000-3,000 participants last year. We'll have also folks from the Brazilian quarters that joined to say, hey, our forefathers came, they IPADA'd, they were IPADians. And we are here now to be part of the celebration and welcoming all our other brothers, some people that came from the Caribbean, from the United States of America. They came to welcome them. So we have that carnival.
Just briefly, because we're almost running out of time. I mean, you are the founder and president of La Campagne Tropicana beach resorts in Lagos. It's in Lekki, isn't it?
Lekki, yes.
Yeah, and so you've been at this thing. You've been at this thing for a while, haven't you? I mean,
well, this year
in terms of tourism, and I think you're also partnering with the Ministry of Tourism and Culture and Arts.
Of course, I've had like 3 mega meetings with the minister. She's extremely supportive. As a matter of fact, she came to Lagos to have a meeting for us to plan. He's appointed a team to work with this. I've been at this for 41 years. In 1984, I went into a small village that at the time now had just 4 buildings at that time. Today they have over 4,000 houses. Because that's the power of ecotourism. That is what we need. We're 923, 677,000 square kilometers of area. And we have so much land to play with. I think our focus should be ecotourism, and that's what I did in 1984. And what we did was then create an opportunity for the villagers to develop. We set up a school for them to learn, and a lot of them today, some that started as cleaners are today, managers. They've built their personal houses. So these are things we need to do in the 774 local governments that we have. I think that in another year, we will see the essence of ecotourism. We are targeting 100 million people to visit in 5 years. We believe strongly with the support that we have from Mr. President, and you can see that he's extremely passionate about this. His letter of endorsement was signed personally by him, because he understands the commercial possibilities when we make this happen. We had a meeting last year.
Very briefly, we've got about 15 seconds.
Yeah, 15 seconds. Okay, we had a meeting at the villa last year where we had to brief all the African ambassadors. And all of them, from the ambassador of Rwanda, ambassador of Cote d'Ivoire, said it's only Nigeria that can do this. We need to do this because this is basically the only thing that can put all of us together.
Well, I hope that you get to do it, and do come back and talk to us as the event draws nearer. Otumba Wanle Akinboboye is the man behind the IPADA celebrations. He's the founder and president of Lekki Tropicana Beach Resorts and Motherland Beckons, under whose auspices the IPADA celebrations are being organized. Thank you very much indeed. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Charles.